Greetings and welcome everyone to Orion Dino Horde multiplayer beta. Apparently, don't ask me why it's the multiplayer beta, it's actually the full release of the game, so why it says multiplayer beta I'm not 100% sure. They just haven't gotten around to updating it yet for some reason. But anyway, this is Orion Dino Horde, the sequel to Orion Dino Beatdown, which was very controversial to put it lightly. You'd Google that game and you would find nothing but negativity about that game. It would be horrible things like assets being stolen from other websites, the developers being underpaid or not paid at all and being overworked, and just in general very bad news all around. And it's just like, oh wow, this is horrible. And the game also wouldn't launch at all on release date. It had a really bad launch. But how does Orion Dino Horde compare? Well, I would know because I didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but so far Orion Dino Horde doesn't seem to be as awful as people made Orion Dino Beatdown sound, so that's something, I suppose, isn't it? Now, this game does have microtransactions, but they're all cosmetics as far as I can tell. You've got the Taunt Pack and you've got little hats for your characters, which is interesting. You do have to pay for this game, so it's very odd that it has microtransactions. I'm not a fan of microtransactions in games that you already have to pay for. That just doesn't rub me the right way. It's like, oh, here's a $15 game, and now here's more items that you have to purchase. It's just like, really? Really? You would make us do that? Just not a fan of that, if I'm honest. But whatever, it's there if you want to support the developer, I suppose, so that's something. But anyway, so basically this game is Killing Floor, but with dinosaurs instead of zombies, and with jetpacks instead of just walking, although there is walking, and running, and vehicles as well. So there's all kind of cool stuff like that. So let's actually get it started in a solo game. Now, you can create your own little lobby, or you can go to matchmaking, but since I'm Australian and it's the middle of the night, no one's going to be playing at all, so let's just start a solo game so we can actually play without a million ping. This is your main menu, the class selection essentially. We have Assault, Support, and Recon. Each have their own little special ability that you can activate by pressing Control. This guy has a cloak, the Recon has a cloak, the Support has a medic gun, and the Assault has a jetpack, and I like jetpacks, so I'm going to pick that guy. And here we are, we have spawned in with our little guy. We've got a nice little area where we've spawned in. This is our safe zone. Now, to start the game, we have to activate the generator, which is all the way over there. Well, let's go activate the power generator, which is your main focus of the game. Well, killing dinosaurs and activating the generator, basically. There are basically objectives that you have to complete throughout the game in order to win, and then after you do so, you will, continue to win, essentially. It's a wave-based game, so you start something off, like you click this over here, let's power it on, there we go. Now they're online, we can go head over to the weapons, and that should start the wave in 60 seconds, so we have 60 seconds to get back over here, find our upgrades, and then fight the dinosaurs, I suppose. The vehicles control a lot like the Borderlands series, so if you've played any of the Borderlands games, you'll know how the vehicles control and your opinions on those. I'm personally okay with how the vehicles control in Borderlands, so it's a nice little return to, driving how I like it. So I'm okay with that. Now, you have 1,000 credits, which is your currency, and you have a little price here, which tells you how much it costs. This is 750, and it tells you how much. It tells you basically all the stats, accuracy, good, which is very detailed. Thank you. I'm going to purchase this silenced one, but something that I don't like is how the menus really just look. They look really bleh. It looks like a default Unity engine sort of game, which is really odd that they would have that. And now the wave has started, so we've been kicked out of the little store. We can't just stay in there. So now we have to go find some dinos. In the top right, you can see how many dinos are remaining. It says 8. And in the top left, you can see your minimap, which should show you all the dinos. Here we are. So in the minimap, you can see the dinos are red, and that's who we have to kill. And if I had to say something about the dinosaurs, is that their animations aren't exactly top-notch. They don't really make a big enough impact when you're shooting them. They have a little blood spurt, but aside from that, it's like, it's not very obvious that you're shooting them. They don't react enough to your bullets. You're like unloading a million bullets into them and they don't even flinch. It's not like, they're like, yeah, whatever. I see these gigantic spurts of blood coming out of me. Whatever. I couldn't care less, mate. It's ridiculous. Okay, so now we have just completed the first wave. It's time for us to head back. Actually, it would help if I went into the driver's seat. Okay, there we go. Now I'm in the driver's seat. Let's go head over here to the augments. Okay, excuse me. Whoops. Crashed into another car. Alright. So I believe it's just over here where we can start this. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have ability upgrades which we can use for Rocketeer, which will increase how fast we lift off, our hover ability, and this is basically just basic upgrades to your character. It allows them to move and activate their powers in a different way. So our character can use a jetpack by pressing left control by default, and that will lift you up. So you can go up into the skies. I believe I can fly, such and like that. So it's very nice. So if you want to upgrade those types of abilities, you can do so by going into the augments menu. Let's actually see if we can't purchase anything. We cannot. Alright. And our generator is already receiving damage. Fantastic. Alright, so let's get it started. The weapons, they work well enough. They could be better. There are certain weapons which I feel just don't really control that well at all. I'll show them to you later on in the game, but as of right now, the game works, which is more than you could say for Orion Dino Beatdown on launch day. Oh man, the launch problems for that game were intense. Like, you couldn't even start the game pretty much. There doesn't seem to be that much in-depth to it. It's just you point, you shoot. It's first-person shooter featuring dinosaurs, which is I'm not sure how I feel about that. There's really not that much to it. I feel like if there wasn't dinosaurs in this game, and there wasn't the huge amount of negativity and controversy surrounding the game, that like this would be just a game you would ignore. It would just fly under the radar, and that's that. There's not really that much special about the game that I can find. It's got dinosaurs, it's got jetpacks, and that's cool, but I don't really see anything else to talk about it. Just okay, where's the freaking pterodactyl? I saw it around here. I believe it's over there. Yep, okay. Ah, dear, I think I'm gonna die. Oh, come on. Ah, okay. Got killed by Compy. Alright, let's do this again. Okay, let's try and be support. So support doesn't have a shotgun. Instead, he has this little medi gun, which I believe just you can right-click to heal yourself and left-click to heal your teammates. But unfortunately, I'm soloing this, so we don't have any teammates, so that's a shame. So that's not going to be too useful for us. Although the minigun to heal ourselves, that could be helpful. Now you see in the very bottom, you have a little stamina bar of sorts, or just a use bar, really. It's basically used for everything. If you sprint, it'll use up that, and if you activate the nitrous in a car, it'll use up that, and if you use your special ability, like the jetpack with the assault or the medigun with this guy, it'll also use up that. So basically, you want to watch that little meter, because if you don't, then you might end up running out. Then you won't be able to sprint, you won't be able to use nitrous in your car, you won't be able to use your special ability, and just bad times all around. Alright, so once we survive an X amount of waves, we will move on to get a new objective, like capturing an outpost and kill more dinosaurs, and as we progress, more and more dinosaurs will spawn in, and basically it's just like your regular wave-based game. So yeah, it's a very simplistic game. There's not that much to it. It's in terms of graphics, it's okay. Like the weapons and such, they are fine, I suppose. Darn it, don't have enough money to purchase that. I was actually really hoping to show off the dual pistols, since those are what I was really talking about. Oh well. Oh dear. Yeah, in terms of graphics, it's okay. It's for an indie game, it's really amazing, but there are also other indie games like Natural Selection 2, and I also believe Blacklight Retribution is also an indie game, so those games are also more graphically impressive. This game doesn't really have an interesting aesthetic to it, which is a shame, because graphically, while it's not bad, it's just not amazing. This isn't Crysis, where you'll purchase this because of the graphics, and you're not going to be purchasing because of the aesthetic, and neither of those are really that interesting, so it's not really much to comment on. It's just there. So yeah, it works. It definitely works, but it's not amazing in terms of graphics, but it's okay. Like I said, this game is just, I don't know, it's just an awfully average game. People have said that it's the worst game ever. It's literally worse than Hitler and EA and everything that's awful in the world. And I'm just like, well, it's average. It's average. It's got dinosaurs, jetpacks, and it's okay. Just nothing particularly special about it. If, like, really the only thing that's special about the game is the fact that it has had such controversial development, like the developers not being paid, them stealing assets for their achievements, and just trying to rebrand Orion Dino Horde, Orion Dino Beatdown as Orion Dino Horde. That's really the only reason I can think of what makes this game special, is that it's got a controversial history, and aside from that, it's just, yeah, it's there, essentially. It doesn't really add anything to the genre of wave-based games. There's no special abilities, you know, you can do interesting stuff, but aside from that, it's just, I just don't see why this game should even exist. It's a bit of a shame, really, because, you know, with a bad game, like a horrendous game, you can at least make fun of it or something like that, but with an average game, there's just not really anything you can say. It's like, yeah, it's definitely a game, I can tell you that. And now this is the weapon that I wanted to really point out, because it just, the animations look really rough. Like, they're, well, not rough, but they look a little too odd. Like, they're not really working in sync or something like that. I can't put my finger on it, but they just don't look right. Oh dear. Oh, so you can see here the little enemy here. That's a nice little example of that. There are more dinosaurs the more you progress through the game, I believe. Okay, so we've got 500 more credits. Sweet. As you kill dinosaurs and finish waves, you will be given more credits in order to purchase new weapons and new augments and such like that. I should probably heal myself before I carry on. There we go. I believe I'm at max health now. There we go. Simple as that. Sweet. So now let's just see if we can purchase any more weapons. Maybe a primary? No. 4,000. Jeez, it's going to take us a while. Okay, let's actually purchase an upgrade. We can't do that either. Well, you can purchase upgrades in order to increase your clip size, your reload rate, your fire rate, or your damage. Stopping power and damage? That's from Call of Duty, ain't it? Ugh. They copied that as well, didn't they? Probably. But anyway, yeah, it's just... this game, it exists. It's something. Like, the polygons count and stuff like that, it's not Crisis, it's not horrible though, it's not anything, it's just here. I don't know, I feel like it's an easily forgotten game, and that's basically it. Like, if you play with friends, you're bound to get some enjoyment from it, you're bound to actually find some fun, but I feel a little like it doesn't justify the cost of having you and like 4 of your friends purchase it. Like, that's like 50 bucks or 60 bucks or something like that, and you could get so many better games for the price of that. It's just, I don't see the point in this. I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly negative, but I just don't get the appeal. It's a first-person shooter, and you shoot dinosaurs, and maybe that's enough. Maybe that's good enough for some people. They're like, yeah, I fucking hate dinosaurs, I want to kill them all. And if so, well then, I don't know what your problem is with dinosaurs, but okay, this is the game for you, but... for me, it's just a little bit odd. Also, the fight to survive mechanic is from Borderlands, and as you can see in the fight to survive above there, like the words, it suffers from the fact that it's got a very inconsistent type of UI. Like they look very low. They look very poorly made. It looks like something I would make in like MS Paint or something like that, or Microsoft Word. Like Microsoft Word when I'm bored at school and I'm not doing anything of interest and I'm like, oh man, I'm stuck on this, what do? I'll just make it look fancier, and then that's what I would make. This isn't something I would expect from a game that costs $15 or $20 or something like that. That's not what I would expect. There's a lot of games for the same price point that offer a lot more content and generally, actually, they're a lot cheaper. You've got Steam sales and such like that. It's just... there's not enough value here to justify the price point. It doesn't do anything particularly special. There's just... yeah, I don't see what's going on with it. It's just... there. Oh well. The first-person shooting mechanics, they do work to a certain point, and it's basically, in terms of controls, it's more like Halo than it is Call of Duty. Actually, no, not even Halo. It's more like Bioshock 1. You can just point and shoot, you can zoom in, but it doesn't really help, and most of the time it's more of a hindrance than anything else, and yeah, it's just, there's not really that much to comment on, because it is a game, it does exist, and it's just very odd. Okay, so you can see here we have a new outpost in order to that we have to capture, and this is one of those new objectives that we can get. We have to stay here, stay on it. If we move away too far, then it'll go down, and holy crap, that's a big bad dude. He's actually pretty tough to beat, so I need to watch out. Hey, bravo, not bad, most impressive, sweet. 3 achievements. That's actually a selling point for the game on the Steam store page. It's got over 100 achievements. So if you really love achievements on Steam, then this is the game for you because it's got over 100 of them. So you can get tons of achievements. So this game is basically made for those of you who really hate dinosaurs and really love Steam achievements, basically. So that's a pretty niche target audience. But hey, I'm sure those people exist. Okay, this guy's gonna take tons of bullets. That's actually, he's not even that much of a challenge, he's just a bit of a bullet sponge, so that's a bit of an annoyance. But thankfully, these people are few and far between, at least during the starting waves. Maybe later on they get a lot more prominent, but as of right now, yeah, they don't seem to appear that much. So far, so good. But yeah, this game, it's there. And it's glitching out on this corner of it. Okay, so the AI isn't that amazing either. You can just circle strafe around them and then they'll just be like, what is going on? This is crazy talk. Okay, I need to probably use my medigun, heal myself up real quick. There we go. Easy does it. I'm really liking support. This is actually really neat. Wave incoming, prepare yourselves. I haven't even killed this dinosaur yet. What the hell? Guy, you need to die. Oh damn, he doesn't like me. Let's go. Hilarious. Did you see that? He tried to leap at me. Oh, that is so adorable. Pterodactyl, come down here. Or don't, because I'm out of ammo. Oh well. Your pistols do have infinite ammunition, so you can just generally rely on those to help you out. But aside from that, this is a game that exists. It doesn't really do anything unique. Like I said, the fight to survive mechanic and the vehicle controls, they're ripped straight from Borderlands. The first-person shooter mechanics, it's basically, the way that the actual game is set up, it's basically killing floor. The dinosaurs and jetpacks, you know, dinosaurs have been done before in other games like Dino D-Day, even the competitive stuff, Dino D-Day again. The jetpacks, well, that's Tribes. Tribes is actually also on the Unreal Engine game, so they copied that as well from Tribes Ascend. Wow, so this game just doesn't do anything to set itself apart aside from just take a laundry list of cool things and then just put them together. So it exists. It doesn't do anything really particularly well or makes it stand out, so it's a game. That's really all I can say about it, and it's very depressing because if that's all you have to say about a game, then, you know, it needs to do something unique or special to make it stand out, because otherwise, what reason does this game have to exist? It appeals to the dinosaur haters and those of you who really like Steam achievements. So on that note, thank you for sticking around, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it somehow. Hopefully this has given you an impression of Orion Dino Horde. It is a game. GG. It's just zooming in because I set the FOV to like 0 or 1. Oh my god, this game is fantastic.
I don't know.
Oh fuck. I glitched. You can glitch in the little... Nice man, do you see this? Nice man, where are you?
That round was all me.
Nice man, come in here.
What? Oh my god.
You can fucking get in here. This is ridiculous. There's no collision. You can actually get through it. Really?